building itself's been here since 1893. It was built as a tobacco warehouse, actually. And in fact, in the 1930s, my grandmother actually worked here. And my dad always talked about remembering her coming home smelling like tobacco. Well, the reason I ended up buying this for an antique mall, I was always dragging my wife around antiquing. And she likes antiques, but it's certainly no passion of hers. She's not really a true collector of anything. And she kept saying, well, instead of going around buying antiques all over the place, why don't you have your own antique mall? And one day I said, hey, I found a place. And that's when it all started. It took me about a year and a half to actually get it ready to become an antique mall, because there was a lot of remodeling. I put 3 times in it what it cost me to buy the building. The difference between a mall and a shop, typically a shop is going to be like if I owned it and I put everything in it. I would be the owner of everything and sell everything. When you have a mall, you have a bunch of different vendors. And I know when I hit the road antiquing, I actually prefer malls, and the reason being is everybody's got their own eye for things. I got the things I like most, but not everybody likes what I like. And I'm going to tend to buy the things I like to resell. So if you have a bunch of vendors and they all have the things they like most, you're going to have variety, a lot more variety than if you only have one person making the decision as what's going to be sold in that store. We have 16,000 square feet here. Well, I said we do have a good number of vendors. Since we haven't been around forever and have a highway location, it actually tends to keep our prices lower than some of the bigger stores. We do also have a sale coming up starting Black Friday and lasting through the following Saturday. And everything in the store will be on sale. Our location's at 316 Hay Avenue in Brookville. There's a Caboose actually sitting right outside of our store. Common misconception is it's not ours. I wish it were. It looks like it's in our yard. I even mow around it, but it actually belongs to the city. But our hours we are open 6 days a week. We're closed on Mondays. But Tuesday through Saturday, our normal hours are 10 to 6. Come out and check us out. I mean, we get lots and lots of compliments as to how it's set up. When I set this up, I had the advantage of I have antiqued all over the country, and I knew what I liked as far as what I wanted to see when I walk into places. Even before I even dreamed of doing this store, I would look at other stores and say, well, if it were me, I would do this or I would do that. But then after I purchased this place during that year and a half before I opened, and before I designed it, I went out specifically and talked to owners of other antique malls and looked at their places, asked them what they would do differently so that I could hopefully be on the right track from the get-go.